It's like those crazy 3 Floyds beers that nobody can get their hands on. I don't know if they always taste that good or if it's just because I can't have them all the time.
Diplomatico's pretty good.
No, Diplomatico's fantastic. Yeah.
How many times a week do you do this?
It depends. November, December, I was probably 5 nights a week.
Okay, so now I got a question. I go out with a buddy of mine and get hammered every Friday night.
You're gonna say
I
every
get on
night.
a scale and mix something and I always gain 3 pounds. I don't eat anything. Can you explain how to have this stuff?
You're fat, George.
Because I just drink.
Okay, this is key. I'm up for that.
No. Okay. See what form? I'll just keep talking. This guy
Straight, get us for breakfast.
Yeah.
Please, Alex.
Yeah. So everybody, empty out those glasses.
Here's a bottle. Thank you very much.
Oh, it's so good. It's so sweet. So. Rum can be distilled either from pressed sugarcane, so like from pressed sugarcane juice, which is what all rum would have been made out of up until probably 40 years ago, or it can be made from molasses. This is Dominican Republic. So that first one that we had, just so that you can kind of figure out maybe the difference, you know, which kind you like. So you can use sugarcane juice, which obviously is going to be much more expensive because you're taking sugarcane, you're pressing it, you're getting kind of a sugar water out of it, and you're literally distilling that. The byproduct, well, and then most sugarcane juice, or most things from sugarcane, are turned into sugar, are turned into granulated sugar. So that's the bulk of that market. And a byproduct of doing that is molasses. Is molasses, you know what it is. So it's a burnt sugar, essentially. So for a long time, all they could do with the byproduct, they thought, was actually just bottle it as molasses, or they would just dump it. You know, you use it, put it on oatmeal, or do whatever, but no one figured out really that there was enough residual sugar left in molasses that you could actually create a distillate from it. So you can't use it in that really thick syrupy form, but you can add water to it, or sometimes a combination of water and grain alcohol to get it into a more liquidy form and then further distill it. About between 90 and 95% of all the rums in the world are made from molasses. Makes sense. It's cheaper, it's the byproduct, it's something that everybody has. So if you are a sugar producer, you're selling that molasses to a rum distillery to use and make rum. So the first rum that we had was a molasses distillate. That Botron is a molasses distillate. This is a sugarcane distillate. So sugarcane distillates are typically going to be more expensive. And they typically, because they're lighter and lighter bodied, they can actually age a little bit longer because you're not dealing with kind of something as thick and syrupy, if that makes sense. So this one, in terms of mouthfeel, shouldn't be quite as syrupy as the first one. It's going to be a little cleaner, a little bit crisper. And the molasses is going to be, because it's molasses, so it's going to be heavier. It's just the pressed, it's like the byproduct of sugarcane. Yeah, so it's from wherever the sugarcane's coming from, all over. This one is sugarcane. Yep, so this is Dominican sugarcane.
Is this the rum can here?
Yes.
Cuban.
Kind of. Dennis claims this is Cuban rum. It's pretty close. This is about as close, and I would totally agree with Dennis on this. This is as close to Cuban rum as you're going to get. I do.
Molasses.
Yeah. But no, this one's
Cuban
sugarcane.
cane.
This one is 100% sugarcane. So this one, this is a Dominican rum, but it's made by a family called Olivier and Olivier. And Olivier were brothers generations back that were both master distillers in Cuba. So when they were kicked out, when Castro came in, they went to the DR, but they went straight back to making rum. So this is all made Cuban method, 100% sugarcane, really going back to the roots of rum production. That's really what they were looking for. This one does say, it says cask 21 on the bottle. This is a Solera age 21, so when you only see one number on the bottle, that's typically going to be the age of the oldest. So it's kind of the opposite of Scotch. So this one, the minimum age in their VXOP, which is very extra, I don't really know what they're trying to do with the VXOP. Yeah. The aftertaste of this one, I haven't tried.
Kind of like a roasted caramel.
But already the mouthfeel is so different. I mean, really, and I think it's really valuable. You can discern for yourself. I mean, if you really like sugarcane rums, which are rarer and more expensive, or the molasses ones, and they're all really good. They're just completely different. This one is much crisper, much bigger. This has like a very like brulee kind of note to it, but I also get a lot more fruit because it's just, I mean, just the distillate's just cleaner. I mean, it just is. So Olivier and Olivier have been producing for generations there. Yeah, Dennis really does think that this is Cuban rum, and it is about as close as you'll get. I do kind of worry that once we are able to get Cuban rums into the U.S., I don't think they're going to taste as good. I mean, if you could get Havana Club everywhere, it's not going to taste as good pretty quickly.
Or with those cigars. What's the proof on this?
This should be 80. Almost all rum, yeah. 40%. Yep, so they were both 40% alcohol. This one does taste hotter, but it's also because it's a sugarcane-based rum. It's just the distillate's cleaner.
Color edge.
Nope. Neither one of these.
Something about below.
You don't have to add color below 46%. It's just above 46% you can't.
Oh, I see.
Yep. So this one with the Solera aged 21-year-old rum, th're not going to add color to it. You shouldn't have to be honest with you.
Bad.
Coal, like RHU.